Out for round 2, scheduled for 12. Bernard Hopkins in the red trunks and Enrique Ornelas in the black trunks. Thoughts on round 1, Wally?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a close round. I gave it to Ornelas because I thought he was more active. But I must be honest with you, I didn't see anything in that round that tells me he will win the fight. Because Bernard Hopkins didn't draw a deep breath between rounds. So he's just kind of settling in here.
Ornelas trying to be the lead.
Punch out, let him go. Let the arm out of Bernard. Get the arm out of it.
One thing Bernard Hopkins talks about is discipline, and that has been a big factor in his life.
You know, it's beyond discipline. It's like it takes it to a concept that, you know, I can't even conceive of, and I'm sure many of you can't either. But we talked to his trainer, Nazim Richardson. He said this guy still comes to the gym every day wanting to win every single round in sparring. You know, that's a heck of a... And you saw the numbers there. Slight edge for Hopkins, 11-9. You know, I don't generally use the numbers to score my rounds. I thought Ornelas was a little bit more active. But I could see the round going either way.
Good combination by Hopkins.
Best punch of the fight so far.
Ornelas trying to answer right back and pressure Hopkins.
Another good shot by Hopkins. You know, Hopkins is a good puncher. It's not really reflected in his record because his inclination is not always to knock his guys out. But I'll tell you what, he can bang. And if you don't think so, you know, ask Trinidad.
The back will punch him. Watch the heads. Watch the heads.
Harry Rosado cautioning both fighters. Fight night on Versus, and we've got Roy Jones Jr. and Danny Green from Australia coming up after this battle.
And that one, even if you know what happened, and I'm sure most of you do, you're going to want to see how it happened. And you're going to want to hear what Bernard has to say about it, that's for sure.
We had a great meeting with Bernard yesterday, a long meeting, and most of it was dominated about talk about fighting Roy Jones Jr.
Absolutely. So you know that weighed on his mind today. He looks very happy now, but you know that's part of his deal tonight.
Final seconds of the second round as they exchange in the center of the ring. Michael Vick of the Philadelphia Eagles here at ringside to see Bernard Hopkins take on Enrique Ornelas. This is round 3, scheduled for 12 at 175 pounds.
You know, interesting thing, Mike cited Michael Vick just reminded me of this. Allen Iverson's coming back to Philadelphia this week. You realize Bernard Hopkins has not fought here in 6 years?
Wow.
He's fought down the road a piece in Atlantic City, but not in his hometown of Philadelphia since 2003. This is a bit of a homecoming for him as well.
Hopkins looks very comfortable out there.
Absolutely. And you know what? They were working on the left eye of Ornelas in the corner. They had an end swell on it. It's a little purple. I mean, you know, unspectacularly, quietly, Bernard Hopkins is starting to exert himself in this fight.
A lot of work being done on the inside.
You see there, you saw the punch count right there. You see a little wider margin in round 2. And let's see what happens now in round 3.
Now, here's my question, though. At age 44, almost 45, how's Bernard going to be in rounds 10, 11, and 12?
My prediction, exactly the way he is now. And the reason being that Ornelas is not taking him out of his fight plan as he wanted to. He is not making Bernard work at a pace that Bernard can't keep up. First of all, Bernard's in great shape. I want you to find the pace that he can't keep up. You know, you got to make him work at a pace at which he's uncomfortable. And right now, Bernard looks like he's sitting in an easy chair.
They did say they wanted him to make him use the ring, but that hasn't been the case. Bernard has gotten his area, his spot that he likes and fights there.
And he always does. I mean, this is something that he has perfected.
Ornelas Ornelas got in a right hand. He fights his way off the ropes. Good exchange. And Ornelas has landed some good punches.
Yes, he has. He has. The thing is, you rarely see Bernard Hopkins hurt. I can't remember the last time he was down. I know he has been down for many, many years. I mean, this is a guy who not only takes a good punch, but knows how to take a punch, knows how to minimize the effect of a punch. And it's I can't imagine that Enrique Ornelas, as hard as he's trying, and you see there's Hopkins countering and beating his man for a punch, can show Bernard Hopkins anything that, he's not equipped to deal with.
Ornelas has done a good job in this round. He has put some pressure on Bernard Hopkins.
I think he's done a good job throughout the fight. Don't get me wrong on that. It's just that he hasn't done anything out of the ordinary that's going to beat Bernard Hopkins. Not yet. Ooh, and he ran into his shot.
Get off his head. Punch out. Get the arm out. Get the arm out.
Left hand on the inside by Hopkins.
Let's go.
Coming to the end of round 3. He's out for round 4 against Enrique Ornelas. What do you think through 3 rounds, Wally?
Well, I gave round 3 to Hopkins. I thought that it was a good round again for Ornelas, but, I was just going back through my notes after the conversation that we had with Ornelas yesterday. He's a great guy to talk to, but his plan was to take Bernard's legs away by working the body, and I don't think he's been able to do very much of that so far.
He knows that Bernard Hopkins wants to use him as a stepping stone. He's using that as motivation for this bout to try and upset the local hero. Good right hand by Hopkins.
And a follow-up, a counter right hand by Ornelas.
And a good right hand by Ornelas.
You know what? I was going to say, I guarantee these two gentlemen had, as a little warning to Hopkins there, absolutely opposite reactions to the news out of Australia this morning. I'm sure Ornelas saw it as something in his favor that he could capitalize on tonight. And he's fighting a good fight. You rarely see Hopkins miss that badly.
If Bernard Hopkins wants to extend his career, and if he wants to fight meaningful fights, he knows he has to look good in this fight.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, especially when you're 44 years old going on 45. And he said it, when you're my age, you can't just win. You have to win impressively, otherwise, nobody's going to want to look at you. But there are fights out there for it. I'm not sure I buy the David Hay thing. Oh, good right uppercut by Ornelas. I'm not sure I buy that he can move up and fight a guy who's 6'3", 215 or so, and can punch the way David Hay can. But, I mean, there are light heavyweights.
Cruiserweights, maybe?
Cruiserweights. There's Boutte. There are guys out there that he can fight. Maybe a guy in Australia.
Danny Green?
Maybe so.
A lot of work on the inside.
Ooh, there was another good short right by Ornelas. He's been landing that punch pretty consistently.
He has done very well on the inside, which is usually Bernard Hopkins' domain.
Absolutely, and Bernard's often been accused of being a dirty fighter. He's using his head in there a little bit, as he often does. Been warned for holding behind the head. That looked like a low blow. So, I mean, Bernard does some rough stuff in there, but Ornelas seems to be okay on the inside.
Bernard Hopkins would say, I'm slick, not a dirty fighter, right? Well,
absolutely.
And because he says it so honestly, you believe him. Time winding down in the 4th round, scheduled for 12.